Welcome to Almost Here, Round the Corner Future Technology podcasts with Richard Jacobs. Future technologies poised to transform our lives for better or worse are the focus of this podcast. Almost Here means these technologies are now here and starting to be used, or just around the corner, from Bitcoin to artificial intelligence, 3D printing, blockchain, virtual reality, and more.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Future Tech Podcast. I'm your host, Juliette Lamar, and joining us today is Robert Beadles. He is the president and co-founder at Monarch Token. Welcome, Robert.
Hey, Juliette, thanks a bunch for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. We're very excited to hear more about Monarch Token. So why don't you kick us off with an overview?
Sure. So what we're trying to do is just basically build the best cryptocurrency platform the world has ever seen. That sounds doable, right? So
absolutely.
Right now there's I come from the space and I see a lot of the problems, and there's solutions out there. And so what we've done is we're trying to create a platform that allows an easy integration into cryptocurrency for anybody in the planet to be able to actually use it for everyday items, for things like their rent, for things like their Netflix, anything like that whatsoever, just to buy a Coke. There's a big problem in the cryptocurrency space right now as far as being able to actually use the currency, and that's because there's no real user-friendly platforms out there. So from day one, we before we even started, with our TGE, we actually created a platform. It's the best wallet in existence as far as I'm concerned, that you can actually put all your cryptocurrencies on right now. You can go download it from the Apple Store. You can download it from our website. You can put all your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your ERC20 tokens on it, anything you want, and you can send that money to anybody that has, a Monarch wallet. So if you're, basically in a third world country and you don't have a bank, an ATM card, anything like that, but you've got some ERC20 tokens on your Monarch wallet, you can start changing, interacting with other people and basically pay for goods and services right away. So in a nutshell, what we're doing is we've created basically the best wallet on the planet, as far as I'm concerned. Then we're creating a payment gateway for people's bank accounts, so that way people can actually put money onto their wallets. They can use their cryptocurrencies to pay bills like, Netflix, their rent, their car payment, through recurring payment transactions. So this is really something new in blockchain. People are used to that outside of blockchain, but they've never seen a platform where you're able to actually do recurring payment transactions, because cryptocurrency is kind of a push technology. Every time you want to send somebody a Monarch or Bitcoin or anything like that, you have to manually do it. So we've set up a system to where you can actually set up recurring payments to basically handle all your life's needs, right? Our security tokens are backed by physical silver. So that way you hear about all these projects that start and stop and then the cryptocurrency goes to zero. Well, our cryptocurrency is backed by physical silver, so there's actually some true value, a true asset behind that. And then with our merchant plugins, this allows merchants to actually be able to start accepting cryptocurrencies. Right now, merchants, they want to get on board, but they're scared of the volatility. They're really scared of, taking Bitcoin at, $7,000 and then now it's $6,000. So we've come up with a solution to where merchants can take payments in cryptocurrency. We exchange it into fiat instantaneously for them. So there's no volatility there. So we've got this amazing merchant plugin system. We've got our tokens, our security tokens that are backed by silver, and then also the people that buy our security tokens, they get 60% of our income. So basically our merchant transaction fees that we charge the merchant, 60% of that goes back to the security token holders. So those people are basically getting, a paycheck every week, for as long as they hold our tokens. So I've seen kind of all the issues with blockchain, and Sneh and I have tried to, basically come up with a platform that solves that allows cryptocurrency to be easily used and adopted, and that's what our platform does. So we're basically the best damn wallet and payment solution that you can have in cryptocurrency.
I mean, you weren't lying when you said you were solving a lot of the problems. You're touching on a lot of them here where, there's so many different barriers to entry. This is such a great way to kind of get around all those. If people have Bitcoin, great. Now what do we do with it? People are just buying it and holding it. But as soon as it becomes something that is just another form of currency that we pay our bills with, all of a sudden now it feels safe. Now it feels regular.
Yeah, I mean, there's Cryptocurrency is scary as it is, right? People are worried about it going up and down. People aren't really using it. They're using it more as like speculation, as like almost like an asset class, like stocks. But cryptocurrency is designed to be used. It's supposed to be instantaneous. It's supposed to take us away from needing a third party. It's supposed to take us away from needing a bank. And you can go download our app right now, and you don't need a bank anymore. From anywhere in the world, you can download the Monarch wallet. You can download it on Apple, and in a few weeks, you'll be able to download it on Android, and you will have a bank in the palm of your hand. You can control your financial freedom from. And so I think once people realize that it's safe, it's secure, we handle the password storage, right there on the device. You don't have to worry about it being hacked. You don't have to worry about it being, lost or stolen. You don't have to worry about a bank telling you, yeah, you can get this loan. No, you can't get that loan. When people get that, kind of into their minds, they'll realize the value that this brings and the problems that this solves.
No, it's fantastic, and I love that you have. It's just so many different options. We can have it mobile, desktop. There's you got your hot wallet, your cold wallet, the merchant plugins. There's so many different features.
Yeah, I come from the cryptocurrency space. I actually have my own YouTube channel called Crypto Beadles. I've interviewed hundreds, thousands of some of the leading experts in the field, from the founders and CEOs to the users, and I've seen a real need for a platform like this. So when Sneh and I built this, it was tech first, and then raise money. So we built all this on our own dime. So right now, you can go and download the Monarch wallet and start using it, because there's so many issues with cryptocurrency, and there's nothing really user friendly out there. You have to be almost like a tech savant to figure out like MyEther wallet. You have to worry about all these different hot wallets. You hear about getting hacked all the time. So when we interviewed all these different people and met with all these different people, we saw a real need just to have something that works, that's elegant, that's user friendly, that just works. And so we've done that, and it's just going to keep getting better and better.
I'm looking at the platform right now, and I love the simplicity of it. It really is. It's easy to look at. It's easy. Seems like it's easy to navigate. And that's such a huge thing. You don't want to be intimidating in this space. It's already pretty intimidating.
Exactly. One of the things too, I could spend like an hour talking about all the different features, but it's really difficult when you're trying to send somebody, just say Ethereum, and you have to know this like 24-digit alphanumeric code. It's like XYZ24369, whatever. It's crazy. But with our platform, you can just say, mom, and you can send, 1 Bitcoin, 1 Ethereum, 100 Monarchs, whatever you want, right to mom, without having to, manually copy, paste, enter in those crazy alphanumerics. So that's one of the huge barriers to entry, and we've already overcome it. One of the things that's kind of disgusting about the space is you have these companies that have raised tens, hundreds, billions of dollars that haven't delivered anything. We've done this for free, so they can go and download it right now. And the stuff that people have raised, hundreds of millions of dollars for, they don't even offer what we just give people for free. So I really encourage people to go download it, try it out, and then watch every week. Every week we keep delivering more and more and more features to this thing. So it's the goal is to have mass adoption into cryptocurrency for the user as well as for the merchant, because people need to be able to spend their money, and you shouldn't have to require, a credit card or a bank or something like that to make it possible. You should be able to do it right from the palm of your hand with your own money.
It is yours after all.
That's it.
So tell us a little bit about your having a token sale currently. Is that correct? And you have 2 different tokens.
Right. So it's a two token structure. We have our private sale that's live right now for accredited investors, and that basically opens it up to the security tokens. So the security tokens are backed by silver. When I say backed by silver, it's backed by physical verifiable silver. So 10% of all the money that we raise goes to the purchase of physical silver from Scottsdale Mint. Scottsdale Mint is one of the minting partners for the central banks. So they create a lot of the bullion and stuff that are stored in central bank vaults around the world. So it's not like one of those tether things where it's like, hey, this is really backed by 1 USD. It's like, no, this is backed at least by 10% of all the money we raise into physical verifiable silver. So that's for the security token side. For the utility side, it's basically the token sale starts, the pre-sale is July 15th, and then the main crowd sale is 8/15. That's open to basically everybody in the world where it's available. So like people in China and like Iran, they can't participate. But for from all the different interviews and all the different people I've spoke to, a lot of people get upset that they can't, they can't interact, they can't participate in these events. People in the U.S. can't because these projects are worried about the SEC. So what we've done is we made sure to be, compliant. We have some of the best attorneys. We're making sure that we're compliant every single step of the way with the SEC. So that way we have it open to the U.S. through the accreditation process for security tokens, and then we have a crowd sale for the rest of the world. So that way everybody can participate, where and when legal.
That is fantastic. You probably get this question a lot, but I think that your platform is so cute, and I love all the Monarch stuff. And for our listeners, if you go on their website, you'll see there's a little crown, and as you know, it's called Monarch. Give me a little bit of background into the company, how you guys got started, and what's with the medieval theme.
So for the medieval things, I guess we're just kind of, a little bit of, we're geeks a little bit, right? We like our Dungeons and Dragons. We like our, Game of Thrones. We like, kind of that medieval feeling, right? And when you're thinking about your finances, you kind of want to rule your own kingdom. You don't want to have somebody, say, hey, I turned off your credit card because I don't recognize this transaction, or hey, you can't spend your money, today because you've already met your cap. You shouldn't be limited like that. You should be able to rule your financial kingdom. So Monarch is basically, think of it as, is like, you can be your own queen. You can be your own king. You can rule your financial kingdom. So we kind of, did a little play on that. And our background is I own a blockchain development company. I do a lot of work for, we've done a lot of stuff for like the United States Post Office, building things for them. We do a lot of work with other really large companies doing software solutions. I also have my own crypto influencer channel called Crypto Beadles, where I interview some of the best and brightest, from all facets of the crypto sphere. My partner Sneh, he's got Crypto Somniac. He's helped with probably over 70 different ICOs at varying different capacities. He's an engineer, a nuclear engineer, extremely smart guy. So the two of us, combined our forces and created Monarch, which is basically a platform that allows people to use cryptocurrency easily. So whether you're a user or a merchant, you're able to start, today accepting cryptocurrency. So that's kind of it in a nutshell.
Very cool. Very cool. So what's on the horizon for Monarch? Where do you see yourself adding in things, and where do you hope it's going?
So as many partnerships as possible. So we've already partnered with, a ton of people, and what we're doing is kind of releasing or making the announcements every week. So like last week, we spoke about our deal with Genesis Vision. So Genesis Vision, for people that aren't aware, it's kind of like a very transparent investing platform using blockchain. So people are able to make trades, or will be able to make trades in different investment vehicles. But there's no way for them to automatically set up recurring payment transactions. So we've teamed up with Genesis Vision to basically allow their users to start setting up recurring payment transactions. So people that want to invest incrementally in their different assets, they can. So say you want to invest $10 a week or $100 a month or whatever amount is in some of these different digital assets, they'll be able to do that. So that's like one of our partnerships. Monday, we're announcing another huge partnership where 10 million people are going to be, having access to our wallet. We have another announcement coming out that's way bigger than that. So we've been bringing on partnerships that can utilize our platform, that can utilize our services with their users to expand their customers, experience, as well as, grow our platform. So it's really, win-win for everybody that's involved. And so you're going to be seeing a lot of that, a lot of different integrations and partnerships with people in the crypto space, business to business. And then we're bringing in people from outside the crypto space into the crypto space for their customers. So you're going to see a lot of that over the next few months. It's really going to send shockwaves through the crypto space.
Such an exciting time to be in this space, because it's moving and shaking, but at the same time, it's really finding its roots.
You're right. It's so new. People, they've heard about it, but they really don't know much about it yet. And they're maybe a little scared. People I talk to, they're like, oh, Bitcoin, it's a bubble. It already popped, didn't it? It's like, well, I guess if you bought it in January and you're holding on to it right now, you're probably a little upset. But if you bought it, say June of last year or July of last year, and you're holding it this year, you've 7x'd your money. So it's all a matter of, perspective. And so people, I think, once they wrap their minds around what exactly digital, distributed ledger technology is, DLT, blockchain, cryptocurrencies, once they actually understand what it is, what it means, the freedom that it gives them, the power that it gives them, I think people are going to really embrace it. And once we have that one solid use case, that one use case not like Steam It or something like that, but one solid use case that people don't know that they're using blockchain and it benefits them greatly, this is going to take off like wildfire. And then everybody's going to be like, duh, blockchain, of course, it's the best thing ever. It's going to be like the email. Everybody was really confused when email first came out. And now it's like, of course, yeah, I'll email you. And that's exactly how blockchain will be in a few years. And so right now, it's the perfect opportunity for people that don't really understand it to start really learning about it as fast and as quick as they can, because right now is the opportunities. In a couple of years, those opportunities won't be there because it's going to be mainstream. So right now, it's really, really important for people that want to know about this space to learn all they can and really, really choose the right projects.
Which is difficult because there's so many out there that people can find and see, and I think that's overwhelming as well. And just people need to follow their gut and do their due diligence and realize that this is not just bits and bytes flying around. It really is people trying to create something that is going to work, and it's a people business. It's still a people business, even though it is totally through our computers and decentralized. Ultimately it is something that is going to push us further as humans.
Sorry about that. No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, there's a lot of bad actors out there that have played on people's greed, and so there's been some money grabs and things like that, and so that's disheartening and discouraging for the space. But that's one of those things too that it's like that in any business, right? You're going to have bad actors, you're going to have thieves, but what you're also going to have is people that really care, people that really want to see this thing work, and people that are really striving to create that use case that brings the whole world into something. And we're going to get that. You better believe we're going to get that. And once we do, this space is going to be amazing. So right now it's still a little confusing for people, but the more and more good people with good intentions that put their foot in the arena, that start pushing forward valuable, worthwhile projects, that's the exciting time. And so with Monarch, that's exactly what we're trying to do, is bring value first. And so that's why you guys can go download it right now for free.
That's just fantastic. And I love all the problems that you're solving through Monarch. What are some of the biggest lessons that you've learned on your journey through this world?
Biggest lesson, man. There's so many, right? So it's like there's a bunch. But one thing for sure is that the people that pretend to know so much about blockchain and cryptocurrency, they usually don't. So when I've interviewed a lot of people and I've gone out and met these different projects, a lot of them I don't bring on my show at all. But there's a lot of people out there that pretend to know, and they're just playing on people's, not greed, but, ambitions to make money. And so one of the things that I've seen a lot of is just people using buzzwords and hype, but they have no idea what blockchain or cryptocurrency is. And so I'm looking forward to the day when those people get washed out and the true believers and the true, the techno titans are there, pushing the really cool stuff forward. As far as Monarch goes, I mean, we haven't really had any lessons that we've had to learn because, it's one of those things where we did the tech first. So we built it first on my dime, on Snae's dime. And so, it's like, we didn't have to go out and raise a bunch of money and then try to build it. So we built it first, and now we're going to go out and raise money to build the rest of it. So it's been a lot of fun, actually. We haven't had, any real lessons because we made sure that everything worked first. And so that kind of alleviates a lot of the lessons a lot of these ICOs and TGEs start off with, is they start off with good intentions, raise a bunch of money, then they disappear. So we start off with the tech first, show people how awesome it is, keep making it better, and then have a token generation event.
I love that approach because you really are being thorough and you're not trying to just put something out that's half-baked. You're really thinking it all through. So how can people get involved with Monarch, start using it, being a vendor, being a user? What's the best way to connect?
So, they can go to our Telegram. So if you go to our Telegram channel, it's right there on our website. They have access to myself, to Snae, to Dylan, to all of our different community leaders. They can interact with us, 24 hours a day. They can check out our website. It's just monarchtoken.io. That has links to all of our social media. And so we're going to be having updates constantly. So we're releasing new partnerships all the time, new use cases, new features to the app. For people that want to actually start using it right now, just go to the Apple Store, either for your MacBook or for your iPhone, and just type in Monarch Wallet. And you'll be able to download it right now and start sending every single ERC20 on the planet. You'll be able to send Ethereum, Bitcoin. You'll be able to, basically create accounts where you can send to your mom without having to put in, all her long Ethereum or Bitcoin address. where you can go right to our website and download it for your PC. And in about 2 to 3 weeks, we're going to have it for Android as well. So basically, everybody anywhere in the world will have access to the Monarch wallet to where they can basically start ruling their financial freedom and kingdom right from the palm of their hand.
Beautiful. Well, Robert, thank you so much for joining us here today on Future Tech Podcast and really sharing your passion with us today is fantastic, and your fantastic product.
It was our pleasure, Juliet. Thank you so much for having us. God bless, and look forward to talking to you again soon.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. That was Robert Beadles. He is the president and co-founder at Monarch Token. Check out the token on all those platforms he mentioned. Thank you all so much for tuning in to Future Tech Podcast. This has been Juliet Lamar.
You have been listening to Almost Here, Around the Corner Future Technology Podcast with Richard Jacobs. Subscribe to this podcast, post a review to discover more future technologies that are poised to transform our lives for better or worse, such as Bitcoin, artificial intelligence, 3D printing, blockchain, virtual reality, and more.